We're now going to hear a poem read by Kika Markham. Kika is a wonderful actor in theatre, television, cinema, and also a lifelong political campaigner for peace-building, justice, and human rights. She marched to Aldermaston at the age of 16, and as well as supporting other causes, is a patron of the Stop the War coalition. Kika's actor father, David Markham, was imprisoned for being a conscientious objector, and after his release made himself unpopular by refusing to act in films and plays that glorified or romanticized war. Kika will read a paragraph from her mother's memoir, describing the grief and stress on the day that David went into prison for his beliefs and principles. And then she'll read the poem Go Down Fighting by Sue Gill-Murray. Kika.
Oh, hello. It's just amazing to see you all here, and so many of the people here are part of my family, which makes it even more different and nicer. I will read you, I'll read you a little bit that my mother wrote, and then the poem. Can you hear me? Yes. It's not right. When the war broke, my father was at the Old Vic, and he was sort of avoiding, he knew tribunals were coming up, and kind of avoiding it, like quite a few actors were. And he had to go to Reading eventually, but it was found out that a lot of people said, David, you've got to go to Birmingham. I said, why? I said, because the bishop there is a pacifist, and nobody gets to go to prison. And apparently that is true, and a lot of actors did turn up at Birmingham Ret, which they must have at the theatre. However, so this is my mum. The judges were nearly always against the COs, and it seemed rather silly to me because there weren't all that many COs, and I thought they wouldn't make good soldiers anyway. I mean, it was better just to let them be and carry on with their own job. So the Reading Tribunal was very bad. They were very anti, but David made it very difficult for the judges to understand and decide that his objection was a conscientious objection. He said, if I have to murder somebody, I'll do it because I have to. But I'll do it in my own way. I won't have a gun put into my hand and kill somebody that I've never known and don't know what I would be doing. So they didn't consider that to be the conscientious objection. And so the judge, who was almost asleep, gave him 6 months at first in solitary confinement and then a year hard labour. So David then went to Winson Green prison in Birmingham, and we had a terrible goodbye. It was the first time I saw the other side of the police, who'd always been very kind and yes and no and gentle, and I saw them kicking him down the steps and putting handcuffs on him. And then the awful thing was that we said goodbye, and I suddenly realised that I'd gone off with his case and he'd gone off with mine. It's terrible. And so I ran and was able to, I ran all the way back and we changed it. But just to add this, the prisoners apparently were very, very kind to him, and they taught him how to do a break into a house, should he need to do it. And so in a way my father's understood really how prison was just a complete waste of time, and they'd never make it better for the prisoners or anything like that. When he came out, my father had got white hair and could hardly speak, and he became a prison reformer, but he continued to act, but he was a prison reformer. I'll read the poem now. It's called Go Down Fighting. They call us into battle to fight for Queen and country, protect our mighty nation, its honour and its glory, its privilege and status, its money and its power, its safety and its comfort against our fellow humans. But if I must go down fighting, I'd sooner fight for justice, and let it be for justice, for all our fellow humans. If I must go down fighting, I'd sooner fight for freedom, for those upon the margins, the poor and the exploited, and let it be for peace. They call us into battle to fight against the others, the alien, the foreign, the ones who are not like us, the black or white, Asian, the Hindu, Muslim, Christian, the Arab, the Israeli, the Protestant or Catholic. But if I must go down fighting, then I will fight the hatred, the xenophobic poison, the subtle propaganda. And if I must go down fighting, then I will fight the malice, the lies, the distortion that try to keep us blinkered, and let it be for peace. Okay. They call us into battle, to fight with bombs and bullets, with helicopter gunships, uranium-tipped missiles, with homelessness and hunger, with misery and murder, imprisonment and torture that turn more hearts against us. But if I must go down fighting, I'll arm myself with music, with poetry and singing, with melody and rhythm, and I will go down fighting with songs to break down fences, with high explosive laughter, with armor-piercing lyrics. I will not go quietly. I'll leave my song behind me, and those who follow after will sing it even louder. And it will be for love, and it will be for joy, and it will be for peace. Thank you very much.